Well, hey there, Trinity. Sean here, coming to you from the front of the building. I was hoping to actually shoot this outside in the sunshine, but you know that road in front of the church is just too loud, so we're doing it inside. Hey, listen, really one big important thing that I want to mention today and bring to you today, and there's a few subpoints to it, but listen, here it is, the big news. After 22 weeks, we are going to be meeting in person this Sunday. That's right. It has been a long time. I can't believe it had been that long when I started counting back the weeks. March 8th was the last time we had a full congregational service here in the building. And so, listen, this week we're doing a blended service. We are going to be live and in person, but we will also be online. And so, listen, as we get into some of the details of this, let me say first and foremost, if you are finding yourself in that category of someone that the Alberta government describes as a higher risk, whether that's due to age or other comorbidities that come with, maybe heart problems or lung problems or those sorts of things, we will still be online. And so I would encourage you to make wise decisions. And if staying home is your best option, we invite you to stay home. We will still be online at live.trinitycanmore.com, as well as on our Facebook page. And immediately or soon after our service wraps up, that live broadcast shows up on our YouTube channel as well as on our website, kind of for watching on demand. So if you don't feel as though you should or can be with us, I will invite you to join us online those weeks. But as we get into this in-person type of gathering, there's a few things that we're going to need you to know that's going to obviously look different than it has before. The first and probably most important thing is we're going to need people to pre-register. There's a limited number of seats. Let me come up here and see if I can turn this camera around while I'm recording. It looks like maybe not. I'll try that again in a bit. But what you can see, if I could turn you around, is we only have about 45 seats set up in the building. And so we need people to pre-register. There will be a link soon after below this video that you can follow to get to our registration page. It will also be posted on our social media. It will be in the directions that come out on Thursday as well. And so this pre-registration link will take you to our Church Center registration page. Now, Church Center is a part of our Planning Center app. This is a church management system that allows us to maintain our membership list, to coordinate who's been where, and to have all our email addresses and stuff in one place. So this is the sort of database software we've been using for some time. And one of the features of this software is registrations and check-ins for events. And so they have grown that software in quite a bit, and maybe this doesn't, you're not too interested in this, but the point is you'll hit that link, you'll go to our Church Center registration page, and it will ask you for either a mobile number to get a code or an email address to get a code, and then you'll be able to register yourself and who from your family is coming. It'll also give you an option, if you're already in our database, to confirm or update any information, the address, email, phone number, that sort of thing. If you're new to our church, and I know that we have some new families since the last 22 weeks, I will give you the opportunity to add your information. And of course, if you have any issues with that, sorting that out, you can email myself at sean@trinitycanmore.com or Hannafay at hannafay.trinitycanmore.com. There's also, this may interest you more, there's also a Church Center app for mobile, either for your iPhone or in the Google Play Store. And within that app, you can search for Trinity Bible Church and find the event, which is our Sunday gathering, there and register that way. So that's first and foremost, we will need people to pre-register. Again, that's so that we can control how many people are in the building at one time. I am certain that you've walked around town and seen signs on every single door that say, we are allowing this many people in. There's 50 people here, there's 37 here, there's 12 here. Whatever that is, our number, we've got at about 45 or so. So we need you to pre-register. Now, the second thing is Alberta is in stage 2 of their relaunch guidelines, and the town of Canmore has a couple of bylaws with COVID implications as well. And so here's how we as a church are meeting those guidelines. First of all, we're asking people to pre-register. I've covered that. We're not going to go over that again. The second thing, in light of the town of Canmore's mask bylaw, we are requiring people to wear masks. This is a public building with a public service, and so to be in the building, we are asking you to wear masks. Now, you can bring your own. We will have some here as well to provide if you don't have one, but you will need to wear one while you are in the building. The second thing, we have spaced our seats out. As you know, we used to seat about 112 or so in the room, and if we've got about 50 with our tech crew and myself at the front, obviously we are spaced out more than usual. To meet the singing guidelines, we have moved our musicians. I suspect you've noticed this. We've moved the musicians back into the library so they can be back there leading us musically from there. We will have the sound at very least in the room. Tonight we're going to work on trying to get actually the video from the back to the front and the front to the back. This, it's a work in progress, but the musicians will be in the back, and so we are adhering to the suggestion that we don't sing in the room. Now, I know as I say that, some people are shaking their heads thinking this is ridiculous. How can you have church without singing? Let me encourage you this way, and this is what I'm excited for as we step into this. Again, it's an odd time. We can sing all the way to the church. As I've heard others say, the last song that we play together, it's stuck in your head maybe for the rest of Sunday. Sing that thing the rest of the day. But while we're in the gathering together, we will have the words up, and it gives us the opportunity to sort of meditate and dwell on the words that are being sung to us without thinking about, boy, am I hitting that key? Am I searching for that harmony? That person beside me is not hitting that key, and boy, I'm not hitting that harmony. And instead of kind of those distractions, we can focus on the words. And again, let me brag on our music leaders who put so much time and effort into leading us so well. They do a great job of choosing songs that we go through as a community that are just rich. They're deep. They remind us of who God is and what He's done and what that means for us and how we live that out. And so by not, maybe being distracted by trying to hit the right note or not hitting the right note, we can just meditate and just kind of soak in those words. So I'm excited for that opportunity. A couple of other things. Because of the Alberta guidelines, we will not be having a nursery. The nursery section of the church will be closed off, and so if you have kids age 2 and under, they need to stay with you. As usual for Trinity in the summer, we're not having kids Sunday school either. So that means, really, if you have any kids, they'll have to sit with you. Parents, if you're bringing kids, you're welcome. They do need to sit with you. We will be unable to provide the activity box that we've had at the back before, so let me encourage you to maybe bring something, a coloring book, a word search, that sort of thing. On my part and on our part, we're going to try to tailor our services a little bit more, knowing that we have younger ears in the room. And so I'm going to try and do that. Help me with that. Give me some feedback on how that's going over these weeks. That's the other thing. One of the last things I'll mention as far as meeting guidelines is when you come to the church, you will only be able to enter one door. That's the main door at the back that comes into the foyer. So the street side door is going to be exit only, and the office door is also going to be exit only. Again, this is following guidelines to allow us to have flow in and out of the building well. And so when you come to that one single entrance door, there will be a check-in desk. There will be the familiar COVID checklist that will ask you to say, hey, do you have any of these symptoms? Have you been out of the country? Have you been in contact with anyone who's been out of the country in the past 14 days? And all those sorts of things. And we'll get you checked in with your pre-registration at that desk. Obviously, it sounds like there's a lot going on to get people into the building, and so once the service is over, we'll encourage people to head outside, either through the office door, through that front door, and sort of space and socially distant gather and fellowship in the parking lot and the beautiful space we have around the church. I think that's most of the things. If I've missed anything, drop me a note in the comments here, and I'll get to it. We'll maybe put on another video or add some clarifying questions. And so the last thing we'll say, if the Bow Valley is your home, if you live in the Bow Valley, we want to welcome you here on Sunday. Pre-register, again, we've got limited space, so if Bow Valley is your home, pre-register, we'd love to see you here. If you're visiting from out of town, that means if Calgary is home or further is home, I would invite you to join us online, again, at live.trinitycanmore.com or on our Facebook page. So if this is home, come on in. If you're visiting, visit us online. We would love to be with you. I'm pumped. I've been thinking about this week for a long time. We've had dates circled. We've moved dates back. We've moved dates forward. But we're finally getting here. Look forward to seeing you Sunday morning. I don't know if I'm going to get through the service without tears because it has been a long time since we've been together in the building. Love you guys. We'll see you soon.